Rebecca Ferguson can definitely consider her career a success thanks to the fact that she's landed roles in numerous major movies and worked with plenty of A-list stars. She first became known to most people through her role in Mission: Impossible – Rogue Nation. Since then, she has worked her way to the heart of Hollywood. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Rebecca Ferguson. She was raised on English period dramas. Rebecca Ferguson was born on October 19, 1983, in Stockholm, Sweden, to a Swedish father and an English mother. She grew up exposed to both her parents' cultures and was raised bilingual, attending an English language school. One way Ferguson stayed in touch with her English roots as a child was by watching English period dramas, which her mother made a point of exposing her to. She told BBC, "I was brought up watching period dramas with Maggie Smith and Helen Mirren and thinking, gosh, if only I could just have a little role." She got her wish when she was cast in the 2013 miniseries The White Queen, in which she played Elizabeth Woodville, wife of King Edward IV. She started as a model. Ferguson began her career as a model when she was a preteen in Sweden. But she told The Guardian in 2019 that she hated it and ended up never even booking a real job. Instead, she turned to acting. She was on a Swedish soap opera. She made her acting debut in 1999 on the Swedish soap opera. She landed the role after participating in a modeling competition. She told Vanity Fair, "I started off in a modeling agency because my mom had forced me into this competition, but I was far too short and obviously didn't look like a supermodel. So I was put into the people category. And that's where the soap opera looked for their actresses. They went through the people catalog, and I was asked to do a casting. I think I turned it down once or twice before my mom forced me to do it." She had to work odd jobs. Despite lasting for 54 episodes, the soap opera didn't give much exposure to her, and despite few roles over the next decade, she persevered and worked odd jobs at restaurants, hotels, and daycares to make ends meet. Around this time, Ferguson admitted that she did everything but act, other than a couple of minor, unrecurring TV roles and student films in exchange for free lunch. Incredibly, it would take more than 10 years for her to land a project that would finally get people's attention, the Swedish film A One-Way Trip to Antibes, which also marked her big screen debut. Tom Cruise chose her personally for Mission: Impossible. Ferguson gained worldwide notoriety with her portrayal of Elizabeth Woodville in the British television miniseries The White Queen, for which she was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Miniseries or Television Film. Elle magazine even proclaimed a star is born regarding her performance when the series aired. And indeed, Tom Cruise reportedly handpicked Ferguson for her first major American film after watching the show, which led to the somewhat unknown actor co-starring in the massive Mission: Impossible franchise. Landing the role of Ilsa Faust was a turning point in Ferguson's career as it brought her to the attention of a massive international audience. She had a crush on Tom Cruise growing up. For Ferguson, starring in something like the Mission: Impossible franchise was essentially a pipe dream. It gave her the chance to work next to her childhood crush, Tom Cruise. She told Elle that as a young girl, she'd harbored a huge crush on her leading man. However, because her first meeting with him was so rushed, she didn't have time to be nervous. The two quickly became friends, and Ferguson even told Cruise about the crush she'd once had on him. Cruise wasn't her only celebrity crush, though. In an interview with Unreserved, she revealed that she'd also had a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio as a young girl. She did most of her own stunts in Mission: Impossible – Rogue Nation. While she didn't do all of her own stunts, she did quite a few of them. She told People, "I thought, I just want to try and see if I can push through this boundary of fear." Before filming, the actress underwent a month of intense training to prepare her body for the high-action fight sequences. But perhaps her greatest accomplishment was overcoming her fear of heights. She said, "I had vertigo, and I did a 120 feet free fall. I'm still patting myself on the shoulder for that one." She has a background in dance. Since Ferguson did many of her own stunts, it should come as no surprise that, from a very young age, she studied ballet, tap, jazz, street funk, and Argentine tango. In fact, she taught tango in Sweden and still loves to dance today. She isn't interested in being famous. While Ferguson loves acting, she explained that she doesn't enjoy being famous and would prefer to live her life more off the grid, to the point that she even avoids checking her phone throughout the day, much to the chagrin of her family, who complains about not being able to reach her easily. Ferguson does have an Instagram account, but she rarely posts and doesn't offer up an intimate view of her life. She told Flaunt that, while she does understand the importance of technology, she prefers to keep things simpler. She said, "I write letters, and I don't like people knowing what I'm doing all the time." Sweden has her heart. While her acting career has taken her all over the world, she's not interested in moving away from the country of her birth. She told People, "It's very organized, clean, and safe. I love traveling and having it as the place I come back home to."